welcome you all to the DBA open house session. So I'm sure we all are going to learn something from this session or the webinar. So before moving forward, let me introduce the panel member to you. So we have Professor Colonel Anil Ahluwalia, who is the Academic Director of Westford Group.
Hello, hi.
Fatima Razi, who is the Head of Admissions. Then Dr. Sri Lakshmi, who is the Head of Program Research.
Hi, everyone.
Then we have Prashant.
Hey, hi.
Who is the Academic Associate, and Akshay. So I would request Dr. Sri to start the session, and yeah, I think
okay.
You, Dr. Sri.
Thank you, Vandana. Thank you so much. Welcome everyone to Athena Global Education. Thank you for being with us today. It is a pleasure to see all of you from different parts of the world. Like Vandana said, once again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whichever part of the world you are from. I wish you a good day and a good weekend also. I have, as I said, with me, my academic director, Colonel Anil Ahluwalia. He's a professor with more than 45 years of experience in research. And I would request him to start the presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Sri.
I'll share the screen, sir.
Yeah.
I hope all of you can see the screen.
Yeah, hi. A very good day to all of you from different parts of your locations, wherever you are situated. It's a pleasure to be hosting this particular event for all of you. And I'm sure at the end of the day, you'll understand at a macro level, in terms of what we are doing and in terms of the DBA program that we offer, which is a very coveted and a very popular program as it's growing, from its nascent stages to now, the larger stages. So this, I would like to mention to you this, the whole program, including from the Institute of UniAthena, Athena Global Education, comes from the Westford Education Group. So Westford Education Group is the main entity, which is now one of the leading providers of a lot of accredited international education programs, as well as the corporate trainings for aspiring learners, as well as the corporates. And it has a number of institutions under it now. Just to give you a little historical background, we grew very in terms of moderately initially when we established in 2009-10 sometime in India in a small way, and then we expanded on to in 2010 to UAE. And from a very modest beginning, with starting with a very small college at that time, which was called the Westford School of Management. Today, we are an entity with nearly about 10 odd major institutions, which comprises even 4 educational institutions, in which UniAthena is one of them, running a lot of management programs. We have a sports school, we have a high school, we have a film institute, an IT company, and we've just acquired a US university. So a lot of different educational institutions as a part of the portfolio in this particular Westford Education Group. And the aim of the group, and including all its institutions, was to make higher education affordable as well as flexible, to different parts of the globe. We are very strong on the online platform. In fact, when we started also in 2009 and 10, we started with on an online platform, which was not the norm those days. But we have grown exponentially since then. And after the COVID period, when a lot of the education all over the world became online, we were a decade ahead of the others and very strong on this particular online platform. Apart from being ahead in the race, also we have an IT company which gives us all the support in terms of management of this infrastructure of the online and distance education that a lot of our colleges are engaged in, which also includes UniAthena. All right, so with that as the preamble, let's just go ahead to the next slide. Now, talking about the Institute of UniAthena, Athena Global Education also it's called. This is one of the latest additions into the Westford Education Group. And as you can see, it's only established 3 years back in 2019. And from that time, I mean, we have grown in an exponential and a tremendous kind of a explosive manner, in terms of the number of courses and the programs that we are offering, right from masters to short courses to doctorate program, etc. And Athena Global Education, it has its offices in UK as well as in the UAE. And it's basically a college which is going to offer you the online academic as well as the free learning short courses. So yeah, we've just started a new portfolio in terms of short courses also, which are free for the learners, and and other courses also, the academic, which are highly affordable, and the payment plans are more flexible, as Ms. Fatima will tell you also later about the payment plans, etc. of the DBA program or any other program that you desire to inquire about. We're also a proud partner with more than 10 universities and professional qualification authorities, which are more like the awarding bodies, highly accredited, very reputed internationally, including the universities, from where you will get your certifications for the different programs, of course. That's what we do. And for your, of course, DBA program, you'll also be getting from one of our very esteemed universities, which is called the UCAM, which is in Spain. So from that, you'll be getting. Okay, let's see our partners. The next slide, please. Yeah, so these are our partners, as you can see. The UCAM, what I was telling you, this is the university, the Universidad Catolica De Murcia, which is in Spain. And this is where you will get your dual certification in terms of the MPhil that you get certified as initially, and also then your the DBA degree, including the coveted title of the doctor before your names, which I'm sure all of you will be looking at, once you complete the program. So that's one of our prime partners, also from where you're going to get your certification. Very reputed university, very highly recognized in Europe and worldwide. You can get into Google and also have a look at this university in terms of the accomplishments it has, and its ranking also within Europe and outside. Then we've got a new partnership very recently with the Berkeley University. This is located in Dundee in Scotland. And this is running, this is where we are conducting an MBA program also with this university. Again, a highly reputed university and ranked very high in a number of parameters, which again you can find out on the net in terms of the versatility and also the high ranking of this particular university. Thirdly, we have the Guglielmo Marconi University, the GMU University as it's called, is based in Rome. Again, highly accredited, very popular for some of our microcredit short courses as well as MBA programs that we are running with this particular institute, and our association with them have been the longest, of course, for the Westford Group as well as for the UniAthena. Then also we have the Ghana American University in Cyprus, where we are running a number of MBA programs. Acacia University in Arizona in Phoenix is our latest addition. This is the university acquired by Westford Education Group. And we are currently having a portfolio of educational programs there and expanding into the management programs, including the doctoral and the postgraduate programs in this university. The SQA that you see is the Scottish Qualification Authority. Now, this is one of the most reputed awarding bodies in Europe, based in Scotland. And they are accredited by the QA in UK, which is the highest higher education authority in UK to accredit this particular body. And we are in partnership with them for the last 7 to 8 years. And we have a lot of their courses. And these courses are the credits framework courses, whereby doing any particular program, even a short course or a longer one, like a diploma or an extended diploma, you can accumulate credits and then go on to a progression with the universities that you can see over here, from where you can get your, whether it's your master's degree or whether you get your doctoral degree. So a number of SQA programs, like I said, we done. Also CIQ. So CIQ is the Cambridge International Qualifications. Again, an awarding body, you'll see a lot of our programs of CIQ if you go into the UniAthena website also. So whether it's the microcredits or the short courses or the even larger diplomas, CIQ is an awarding body with an office in UK, from where we get these awards. Then you can also see the CMI. Now, CMI, I'm sure a lot of you will know, it's a very reputed kind of an institute, the Chartered Management Institute, which gives certificates to certified managers, and they are also our partners. So some of the programs that you do with us, you will also get, you can get a CMI certificate from them. It has some additional payment charges, which Fatima will tell you about a bit later. But also, like I said, it's one of our very reputed partners for a considerable period with the Westwood Education Group as well as with UniAthena. And lastly, here you can see the University of Carolina. So this university again is based in US, and we run some of our MBA programs from this particular university. So that's as far as our partners are concerned, as you can see over here. Can we have the next slide, please? All right, so these are the offerings basically that we have in terms of the academic programs, as well as the short courses, which you can even learn for free. You can take on any of these short programs for free. So academic programs, of course, are credit backed. So like I told you, from the SQA, we have a number of programs which are credit backed, which have credits attached to it. So for example, every module that you may be doing will have certain credits. So similarly, even for the DBA program that you'll be doing through UCAM also has credits. And once you accumulate those credits, and then your final thesis will get you to that particular certification. So here, these academic programs are credit-based, so you can get your master's for a top-up progression to some of these UK universities or the European universities or the American universities, doing your MBA there. The micro credits are the smaller programs that you do, individual programs, which are also very popular in the domain, in a management domain of your choice and your interest. You'll find a lot of them also on a website. And of course, the doctorate program, which all of you, I think, are interested in and want to do. And it's a very coveted, it's, like I said, it's a very reputed program now, really growing from strength to strength. And I'm sure those of you who enroll for this are really going to benefit it. Apart from, like I said, getting that always the doctor title for your surname before your name. And in terms of the short courses, yeah, they can be ranging from different domains, even from 5 hours to 40 hours or even above. And in terms of, you can do it in terms of the basics, essentials, mastering, and be getting the diploma, executive diploma, or the MBA essentials in terms of doing these courses, accumulating them as credits or otherwise, and then trying to get into some of these even master's courses. So that's some of the offerings that we have. You can get into our website, like I said, and also have a look there. So I think that's all I had to just give you in terms of the brief introduction, and the rest, of course, the team, Dr. Shri and Ms. Fatima will take you through, including Prashant, with the balance of what this whole program is about, including a little bit more about the UniAthena and others. So thank you all very much, and I wish you all the best and hope to see a lot of you soon with the college. Thank you. Thank you, Shri.
Thank you, Professor Anil. So coming back again to this slide here, to continue what Professor Anil was talking about, I will just add a bit more about UniAthena's various offerings, various courses that we have. The most important points about these courses are these. And the first one is the flexible payment plans that we offer, where you can basically pay as you progress through the course. There is no need to pay the entire amount in the beginning. You can continue, and as you move ahead through the program, you are given a chance to pay the tuition fees and other charges. And secondly, all the programs that are offered, including the doctoral program, the DBA, are offered 100% online. The learning happens through our learning portal, through video tutorials, reading materials, workshops, and other ways by which we engage our learners online. All the courses are also delivered in partnership with accredited university partners. You saw the list in the previous slides where Professor Anil was discussing the partnerships. And all the partners that we have are globally accepted and accredited within their respective countries and with the Ministry of Education of the respective nations. All the programs, of course, are modular in terms of course delivery. They all have different modules which you can take, and some of these courses also give you an opportunity, as Professor Anil was mentioning, to take the credits for a number of modules and use them for top-up programs which are offered by any of the universities with which we have our partnerships. All the programs, again, are self-paced. They are paced as per the learner's convenience. And they are flexible. You can do the program at your own pace. Although they are subject to the rules and regulations of the degree, especially when it comes to master's and the doctoral programs, there are rules and regulations, but there is an amount of flexibility that is being offered to the learners all the time. And last and most important, we offer personal tutor connect or personal engagement by academic associates. In case of DBA, we call the tutors or the faculty members as academic associates and research supervisors during various stages, as I will explain as I move ahead. But for every course, there is personal tutor support that is given to you. So these are the highlights of the programs that UniAthena has to offer. And now I will move on directly to the program you are eager to hear about, the DBA, offered by UCAM. I'm sure all of you have this question in your mind. What exactly is a DBA? I'm sure you have wondered, well, how is that different from a PhD? Do you get to earn a doctorate, or will you be able to affix that DR next to your name if you do a DBA? I will explain this. DBA is, in this case, is a Doctorate of Business Administration. And this course in UniAthena is delivered in partnership with UCAM, which is Universidad Catolica De Murcia of Spain. The difference between a DBA and a PhD, I would say the difference is not exactly in terms of content. It is more so regarding the rigor of the course. For example, a PhD is an academic degree. All of us who are in my team and who have a doctorate degree in my team, as well as within the Westward group and all the colleges, all of us have done a PhD, a normal PhD, maybe 5 to 6 years through a regular university program. But when it comes to a doctoral degree, which is a DBA, the difference is that instead of drawing up on an academic research, a DBA more or less takes up the experience of the person who is taking up the research. And in this case, it draws upon the professional experience that the learner has had and uses it in the doctoral degree and in the doctoral research program. So as compared to a purely academic degree, wherein there is very little professional application, the professional experience of the learner and whatever he has understood in, he or she has understood in all the years of business practicing as a manager or a CEO is applied in this degree and in the research process. And the research as compared to an academic PhD is much less in rigor. It can be completed within 2 to 3 years. In fact, for our course, we have a year of coursework, after which you get into research, and that can be completed between 2 or even 3 years, maximum 3 years. Most learners will be able to complete it within a shorter time. Even the theses can be much shorter. But other than that, in all respects, the degree is the same in terms of content and quality standards, and the actual research process was that of a normal academic PhD. And in both the cases, you will be able to use the doctor prefix added to your name, and you will be known as a doctor once you are awarded the degree. The next point that I wish to present upon is about the Dba degree that we are offering. The Dba degree that Athena or Global Education or UniAthena is offering is a complete doctoral degree which is developed and delivered in partnership with UCAM, which is the Catholic University of Spain. It focuses more on professional experience and application of that experience in the research process, as I was mentioning earlier. This is also a dual degree in the sense that there is an opportunity for you to obtain an MPhil and a Dba degree in this course. At the end of the first year, when you have done the coursework, you are qualified for an MPhil degree, provided you successfully complete all the 5 modules of year 1, and you will be able to acquire that certification if you want to. And just like all the other courses which are there in Athena Global Education, this is also a self-study program using digital resources. How your learning delivery happens online is something that we will show you later and explain later, but everything is done online and there is no physical classes at all. This is the beautiful UCAM, the Catholic University of St. Anthony in Murcia in Spain. And this university is ranked among one of the 200 best universities in Europe. It was also ranked as among the 10 best valued by the students as per Times Higher Education World University Rankings. It also has a strategic partnership network with 280 plus universities across the world. The Dba journey, to explain the Dba journey, it is divided into 2 stages. The first one is the coursework. Coursework is again consists of 5 modules, which are divided into stage 1 and stage 3, stage 2, as we see in the next slide. And the second stage or the second part of the Dba course is year 2 and 3, which are completely for your final research, and that is your 6th module. We will see how that happens in the next slide. So as you can see, the course structure here, the year 1 is when you start the coursework. Year 1 consists of 5 modules of coursework, which are divided into 2 stages. Stage 1 is for the first 2 modules, research methodology and methods, and the research issues within contemporary management, which basically teach you about the basics of research methodology and how to understand and identify various issues which are present in management, which are worthy of a doctoral research. In the second stage of it, we move into the interim research project, or what we call the pilot study for your final research. So this is where you will be testing your final research. We look at the ethical angles of what you are planning to research. Ethics approval and ethical considerations are happen at this point. And in the next module, we will be designing the proposal for your final research or your final research project. The 5th module is about self-reflection and developing yourself as a researcher, where you will be understanding your capabilities as a researcher, identifying various skill gaps, and trying to basically close them by developing a personal development plan. So that will be the first 5 modules of the coursework in the first year of your Dba degree. Once you complete this, you have an option to exit the program or continue. And either way, you have a chance to obtain an MPhil degree which is the dual certification that is being offered for DBA researchers. Once the first year is complete, you will progress to the 6th module, which is your practice-based thesis or your final research project. And this project can take up to 2 years, which means it will be in your 2nd and your 3rd year, where you will you will be doing your actual research. You will take the topic which you planned, for which you have created a proposal in the 4th module. You will do the actual research by doing your data collection and analysis. You will be writing up the thesis, and in the end of it, you will present your thesis and defend it in an Viva examination, at the end of which you will receive your award of the Dba degree. This is the 2nd stage and the research stage, and the time that it takes depends upon the learner and the topic that you have chosen and the various aspects of your research, and it can vary from maybe 2 to 3 years at the maximum. So the purpose of the first year is to basically provide you with some sort of a theoretical foundation or a practical foundation in empirical research and research methodology that can happen within management. And as we move ahead into this year, you reach the 2nd stage where you apply the knowledge that you learned in the first 2 modules to do a proper pilot study for the final research that is proposed, and also create a thesis proposal and reflect on yourself as a researcher. So this is the first year and the first phase of your DBA program. And as you move ahead and successfully complete the first year and pass all the first modules, all the first 5 modules also have assessments. You will have to pass each of these modules one after the other. Once you have successfully completed these modules, you will be moving to year 2. Year 2 and 3, or the final research project, is where you will conduct, under the supervision of a qualified research supervisor, a detailed research project, which should meet the expectations of research at a doctoral level. And you will also write it up as a thesis and defend it before a panel of examinees. And at the end of it, if you have successfully defended your thesis and passed the Viva, you will be awarded the Dba degree. So this is the 2nd phase of your DBA program. Now coming to the course delivery of the DBA program, as I mentioned earlier, our course is delivered online, completely online. And there are 2 different aspects to it, just like the DBA has 2 stages. In the first stage, in year 1, all the course delivery happens through the learning portal, and you will be guided by academic associates. When you reach your 2nd year for your final research, you will be guided and supported throughout by a research supervisor who will be a PhD holder with experience in having taught management or business administration or related subject in the college level, and who also has experience in research and research guidance. Such a supervisor will be allotted to you, and you will be working with him or her. Now, just to explain the academic delivery a little bit more, in the first year, when you're doing your coursework, all the material for learning will be available to you through the learning portal, and you will be able to see video tutorials, as you can see here in the image. There will be essential reading materials which are made available to you, supported by additional reading and references. You will also have access to an online library. This will continue throughout your DBA program. You will be able to access an online library through ProQuest, which is one of the best databases for academic works and journal articles in the world. You will receive personal guidance through our academic associates. You will be constantly engaged and supported. There will also be research workshops from time to time. These will happen through Zoom meetings like the one that we are having now. Though we are having a webinar, this will be a Zoom meeting. You will receive invitations quite early, at least 2 weeks back. These are already planned, and every learner is sent out these invites. They will be taught various topics. For example, we generally have a set of 5 research workshops before any learner gets into their pilot study. And even when the learner is doing the pilot study, there are always continuous review meetings to understand where you are at your research and how you are progressing, and to also give you our guidance and support. When you move into the final research or the second phase, as I mentioned, you will have a research supervisor to support you, and that supervisor will be holding the meetings on Zoom and giving you guidance and direction on how to progress within the meeting. Further, you will be writing the various thesis chapters, submitting them, and receiving the reviews also from your research supervisor. I can see there are some questions on the chat, one of which I would like to answer. This question is, which institution will issue the certification? All the certificates that are issued to you, whether it is MPhil or the Dba degree, will come from UCAM, Universidad Catolica San Antonio de Murcia, who are the university with whom we have collaboration, and they will be issuing the degrees. I will definitely answer more questions as we move ahead and have a question as a separate session for questions. Moving on to the next slide. Non-academic student support is also important to us. Student support and engagement keeps happening in the first stage and the second stages by an experienced team of student support officers. You also have a research administrator who will be coordinating all the research activities between the learners and the research supervisors. Vandana, who welcomed you into this program, she is our research administrator and also the student support officer for the Dba program. She will be working with you and supporting you throughout your Dba journey for all the non-academic matters. You will also be introduced to other members of the team who are into academic support, research supervision, and student support if you are part of the Dba program. Now, who is eligible? Now, you might be wondering, am I eligible for this Dba program or not? The eligibility is very simple. You have to have a master's degree or an MBA or an equivalent from any recognized institution, a minimum of 3 years of work experience, and English language proficiency at 6 IELTS 6 points or equivalent or higher. Excellent command of English language is required because the thesis will be written in English, and that is a mandatory. Any further questions regarding the eligibility and regarding the course are welcome. I also have with me the admissions manager for Athena Global Education and for Westford Group, Ms. Fatima Razi, who has a wealth of experience in handling all these courses from learners across the globe, around more than 200 nationalities. She is here with us. Unfortunately, she's traveling and she is unable to switch on the video, but she is present and she will be answering all your queries. I am also present here and the stage is now open for questions from you. You can also put questions in the chat. I will read them and answer.
Hello, everybody. Shri, I think we do have some questions now. I'll
Yes,
just take them one by one. What is the level of the Dba?
Will Viva will be online? As of now, the Viva is conducted online since we have COVID regulations. We are yet to get into a physical Viva. As of now, as of today, yes, Viva will be online.
Okay, now I'll take this question. What level is the Dba equal to? Can we equate it to MBA or PhD? Accreditation, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. The Dba is equal to the PhD. It's the same level as the PhD. As Dr. Shri explained to you earlier, the difference is that PhD is purely academic while DBA is not. And it is higher than an MBA. It's higher than a master's. It's a level 8 if you see in the UK system of education. It is equivalent to the PhD. Now, then Kingsley has asked, please do you offer scholarships? Kingsley, unfortunately, for the doctorate programs, we are not offering the scholarship. But maybe, for the attendees for this webinar, we can maybe, if in case you're going in for the MPhil certification, we can give you a discount on the MPhil certification fee. Now, again, you've asked, can you share the slides? I think the slides will be shared after the webinar by the respective team.
Yes.
And we can send it to you by email, or also the this entire webinar would be available on the YouTube. So later on also, if you want to go and refer to it, you can. Then again, Akinduter, you have asked, can a PDG, I don't know, you're asking like a PGD, a postgraduate diploma qualification apply. Yeah. Okay, now if you have a postgraduate diploma, basically the basic requirement is a master's degree. So if you have a postgraduate diploma, you'll like need to get a degree, because again, it depends on where you got the postgraduate diploma, because some of the institutions are giving their masters as a diploma. And if they're highly valued, depending on the organization, the institution, sorry, we can, check the eligibility, and you can just submit your documents. We can check the eligibility based on that. Okay, Mariam, you've asked, hello, I'm a dentist. Is a DBA useful for me? Mariam, if in case you're going in for, maybe you're a dentist, tomorrow you might want to set up your own hospital, or you might want to have your own clinic or something, then definitely, yes, the DBA would be helpful to you. It is not purely, it is not a doctorate, it's not like related to the medical industry, of course, because it is in business administration. But if in case like you want to, utilize it to further your career, or your, as I said, you want to establish your own maybe hospital or clinic or something, so definitely it will be of use to you. Linda, you've asked what is the word count for the thesis. I think Dr. Shri would answer better this one, but probably you can take it.
I can tell you, Linda, we generally look at a 40,000 to 50,000 word thesis for a DBA, and this is one of the differences between a DBA and a PhD. In a PhD, you are talking more like 80 to 90,000 or even more. But since a DBA is less academically oriented and more towards professional research, you will be looking at 40 to 50,000 word theses.
Okay, now the next, Jax has asked, how do you measure the English proficiency? Jax, if you have any certification from one of the recognized bodies, certifying bodies, we would accept it. In case you do not have it, but you're working in an organization where you're using English as the medium of communication, you've done your studies, based, in English, definitely, yes, you do not need to provide any certification in this case. We'll have an interview. This is an interaction which is conducted, like once you register for the program, you are filling up the application form, submitting your documents. Upon approval, you pay the registration fee. Then there's an interview or a DBA panel interaction. So you will be meeting the panelists there, and then they'll interact with you and gauge your capabilities. So you need not provide any certification if you do not have it. Definitely, we'll judge it for ourselves. Then again, okay, I can do it. You've written postgraduate diploma. I think I already answered this one. Now, what is the instrument of assessment for stage 1 and 2 modules?
I'll take that, Fatima.
Yes.
For year 1, as I mentioned, the modules number 1 to 5, they constitute the coursework towards the program, and at the end of it, you are eligible for the MPhil. And because it is a coursework, every module has an examination, but instead of your normal examination, we use the assessment, and we use an assignment to assess you. So instead of a normal assessment or an exam, you will be required to submit an assignment, which is evaluated, graded, and marked. and that is used in your transcript as your assessment. I hope you understood. This is therefore the first and second stage, all the 5 modules of your first phase of DBA, which is the coursework. In the second stage, of course, the examination will be the Viva examination, where you will present your thesis and defend it before a panel of examiners.
Okay. I think the next one, Andrew, you've asked, I visited UCAM but didn't find the DBA listed among the PhD programs. Andrew, I mean, I hope you're talking about the website or the campus. But if you're talking about the website, I'll just tell you, DBA is not listed among the PhD programs. First of all, it is not a PhD. It's different than the PhD. And again, the DBA, what we're offering, we have partnered with UCAM and we have designed and developed the entire program. It is delivered by us, by Athena Global Education. So if you go under partnerships, you will find that we are approved for offering the DBA program. It is listed there very much. Maybe, you know, if later you send us an email, probably I can just share the link as well. And again, it is like the university is validating the programs and they're certifying it. So whatever we are teaching you or whatever like Athena is, you know, like teaching you, you will be like certified by UCAM. The program has been validated by them. Of course, there's a rigorous quality check, you know. So before any approvals, anything, we have to, you know, submit all the, you know, documentation and all. We have to take their approvals. So everything is done. Now, only after their approval, their go ahead can we offer the program. So this program is listed there. If, as I said again, if you go to the partnership section, there under Athena Global Education, you will find it. Then
I think also I have to add the reason the PhDs only are shown is because UCAM's PhDs are offered by the university at their campus and in their colleges, and those are academic degrees and they are done in person. As opposed to that, DBA is offered online and it is offered in partnership with organizations like Athena Global Education. So if you look at the international partners link in UCAM's webpage, you will see UniAthena there. You just click that and you will see the DBA program listed there.
Okay. Now, again, we've got a question. Do you consider professional qualification? I'm an associate member. Okay, again, I would just like to tell you that a master's degree is mandatory. Professional qualifications would be an asset, of course, will be, you know, like adding on to your application. But the basic requirement is a master's degree from a recognized institution or university, plus 3 years of experience, preferably in a managerial role, and a good level of English. So a master's degree is mandatory for the DBA. In case you do not have a master's degree, you have professional qualifications, or you have experience as a manager or, you know, like a supervisory position for a certain number of years. So, you know, you can go in for the integrated DBA. That is another program which we are offering. There you'll get a master's degree. That is the Masters of International Business Administration plus the DBA. So in case you do not qualify through this academic route for entry for the DBA, you can go to the integrated DBA and you'll be gaining both a master's and the doctorate. The duration would be somewhat similar. In fact, the integrated DBA is a fast track program where you can complete the entire program in 30 months, that is 2.5 years. Okay, then Emmanuel, you've asked, I have an MBA from a Nigerian university, am I eligible? Emmanuel, if your university is recognized by your Ministry of Higher Education, that is in Nigeria, you would be definitely eligible. The university, wherever you've done it from, it should be recognized in that particular country by the Ministry of Education. Next, Jax, you've asked, kindly advise the full documentations to provide before you consider. Okay, Jax, we need your master's degree certificate and transcripts. We need your updated resume or CV. Then the other, I mean, this is for eligibility. Then for approval, we also need an ID proof, and then again, a photograph, a formal photo. So this is there. Again, if you have a bachelor's degree and transcripts to provide, it would be good to provide it now along with your other documents. Ibrahim, you've asked what again documents. I've just specified this. Okay, very good response about English proficiency. Do you consider, okay, this is the same question. I have the same. Okay. Is it possible to, Mukesh, you've asked, is it possible to complete the DBA program in 2 years' time if someone was to attempt to dedicate more time in research? Okay, Mukesh, 2 years, I mean, I would not say exactly 2 years. The year one is mandatory for you to take, so you cannot, expedite it. You will have to, go through all the 5 modules. It will take minimum 1 year. Once you move on to the research stage, that is year 2 of the program, you can, I mean, I'm not saying that you cannot complete it in less than 2 years, you can definitely do it. But, the minimum time required would be around 18 months, I would say. I mean, if you are.
I think I will clarify that.
Yeah, you
Fatima.
can.
Actually, you will require 1 full year for the coursework because that runs in a very tight schedule. And if you successfully progress from one module to the other, you will be able to end it within 365 days. That's how we have designed it. But as of now, you can also insist that from the time you start your research in your second year, you need to complete at least 1 year before you, 1 year of research before you can appear for your viva, because you have to have a mandatory amount of time spent on your actual research work to ensure the quality and the standards that are required of the doctoral program. And at the end of 1 year, in that particular quarter or in the upcoming quarter, you will be able to attend the viva that is scheduled.
Yeah, so Mukesh, you cannot exactly finish it in 2 years. It will take slightly longer than that.
Slightly longer.
Okay, but that is again if you're dedicating more time to the research. So it's not like you're taking, like as it is as the others are, because research can go up to 4 years as well. So suppose you finish year 1 and then the regular duration is 2 years. Somebody cannot complete it, they can extend it by another 2 years. So ideally you should be finishing it in between 2 to 3 years. If you cannot do it, you can extend the research by another year. Those are, of course, regarding the charges, there would be additional charges for year 4 and 5 in case you're, extending. But if you are finishing it in less than 3 years, you have to pay the full amount, no additional charges. There would be no discounts as such. Okay, Andrew, you asked.
You can actually complete your research in 2 years, but your viva again is going to take time. Viva will come afterwards, and there are certain procedures that you go through before the viva doctoral committee and things like that. So technically, if you sit and do your work without having any other preference or any other priority and focus completely, maybe you'll be able to finish that actual research part in the second year of research. But again, the viva will take time. That is the answer in short.
Okay, Linda, you've asked what CMI accreditation recognition do you receive once the DBA is completed? For example, chartered manager. Okay, Linda, CMI, the certification which you would be eligible for would be a certified manager. You need, it's additionally charged at $300 US. So you can, in fact, after you finish year 1, you can claim the certificate of certified manager along with the optional MPhil certification that is again from the UCAM. The MPhil as well as the DBA is from UCAM. The certified manager is from CMI. So you can claim these 3 certifications. Okay, how can I get the cost for the integrated DBA? I can do it. The cost for the integrated DBA is USD $16,000. So that is the cost for the integrated DBA, including the master. If we are awarded the DBA, will we also be awarded the MPhil? Jan, you can claim this MPhil certificate. It is optional. The fee is not included in the regular fee. The regular fee for the DBA is USD $14,000. MPhil certification, in case you're completing the entire program, is additional 1,500. If you are exiting after year 1, the MPhil certification cost is USD 3,000. So if you're completing the entire program, including the DBA and the MPhil, the charges are USD 15,500. In case you are exiting after year 1, the cost for only the MPhil certificate, because in this case, you cannot claim the DBA if you're exiting after year 1. So in this case, the fee would be year one fee of the DBA, which is $5,000 plus 3,000 additional 3,000. So it would be $8,000. Okay. So I hope I'm clear there. The CMI again certification would cost another 300. Jack, you've asked, is the thesis defense done physically in the university? No, it's not physically done. It's done online. And especially now because, I mean, anyways, we are offering the program entirely online. So the defense also will be online. Is there a specialization route such as a DBA in healthcare management? Jant, actually, we do not have any specializations. We're just offering the doctorate. I mean, the only option is business administration at the moment. So you've asked, apologies, I'm having network problems, but I wanted to ask if students in possession of level 8 diploma. Yes, definitely. If you have, level 8 diploma from a recognized university or institution, because recognition is important. We cannot accept, because some of the applications, in fact, which we are getting, they've got masters from universities which are not accredited or recognized. So we cannot accept those applications. So your level 8 diploma also should be from a recognized institution. Then if you have it, you can submit it to us. You will get exemptions in the year one modules. And in some cases, if the university, I mean, if you have it, you can directly go for the research. So you need not do any year one modules if you have done those modules earlier. Okay, Peter, you've asked, what advice would you give to someone who is studying executive diploma in strategic project management? Since this online webinar is not on that area, what do people like us need to do? Okay, now if you're doing an executive diploma in strategic project management, Peter, you need to, upgrade to the master's degree level to qualify for the DBA. And in case, again, as I've said, somebody who does not have a master's, you have the other route, which is the integrated DBA. You can enter the DBA program through this route. Now, anonymous attendee, I would like you to, just share your name, because that would be better. I heard a few months ago that UniAthena will launch integrated DBA, in which combining UCAM MBA and UCAM DBA. How is it going right now? Okay, this is not the program what we've launched as of now. The program what we have is the integrated DBA with an international MBA IMBA from GMU Italy and the DBA from UCAM. So at the moment, we have not designed this program. We can, of course, launch it. And there is no issue, because for the DBA, we need a master's degree. And if you have a master's degree, whether you've done it from UCAM or you've done it from GMU, it doesn't make a difference to UCAM for going for the DBA. So if you have this degree from either of the universities, you would be eligible for the DBA. So as of now, the program is not yet ready, but definitely we can launch it sometime soon if we see there's requirement, there's need for that. If you do not mind sharing your name, or if you just drop us an email, probably maybe we can see and see if we can maybe give you a customized program. Okay, now there are some other questions, I think, which are there in the chat box.
Yes, there are a lot of questions there.
Yeah, I'll just take it up one by one. Okay. Now kindly share the slides, presentation. Will this webinar issue certificate after? See, generally for the open houses, we do not give certificate of participation. But again, if you want, Rafael, you can just write to us. We will be sending the certificate of participation to you. Okay, Andrew, you have given your email address. Andrew, I would like to know, and if somebody wants to ask, Shri, we can take live questions also.
Yes, definitely. We can take live questions.
Yeah, they can just raise their hands and probably, we can just answer them once we are through with these written ones. Okay, I would like to ask if there will be an e-certificate. Again, Mary, you've asked the same question. You can just email us. We'll send it to you. Solomon, okay. Dear, it's better for these calls to arrange on Saturday and Sunday. Solomon will keep in mind the next time. Okay, then what is the total cost of DBA? Ibrahim, you've asked the total cost. The total cost of this program is $14,000, and that is payable in installments. You need not pay the entire fee upfront. You pay $2,000 for the registration amount, and then you pay $1,000 every quarter. Year 2, again, you pay 2,000, and then you have installments. Same for year 3. Nelson, you asked, can we have the slides? Definitely, yes, we can share the presentation. Emmanuel, you've asked which certificate, which institution will issue the certification? It would be the UCAM, that is the Catholic University of Murcia in Spain. And again, you can go and graduate in the university as well. So it's not that, we'll be sending the certificate to you by courier if you want. Of course, we can send it to you. But there's a graduation ceremony, that is done every year. The last 2 years, couple of years, I think it was not done because of the pandemic scenario. But again, if you want, after 3 years or after 2 years, whenever you graduate, you can always go and collect the certificate in person in the convocation ceremony, and we would like you to go. Then why, Jen, you've asked, will Viva Vorse, I think, probably be online? Yes, it is online. Emmanuel, scholarships. Unfortunately, Emmanuel, we do not have any scholarships or bursaries for the DBA. Jax, you've asked, thanks for the updates. What are the requirements for the DBA program? I explained earlier, it's a master's degree plus 3 years of managerial experience. And again, a good level of English. Now, NG something, I don't know what is the name, because it's, I think, an email address.
Joel, I think.
Joel, I don't know, because I cannot read the entire thing. Okay, my wife is already following the MBA program and I like the way it is supervised. I'm interested to pursue the DBA program, but would like to begin in January when I'm able to pay the first $2,000. What procedure would you recommend? Okay, Joel, you can just apply. You can get the approvals, and we'll see. Just connect with your admissions officer, or probably if you can just type out your email address and your number. I'll ask one of the admission officers to contact you, and then they will just explain the procedure to you, how you can carry forward. They can send you the application form, and you can just complete it. Jordan, please, what is the basic qualification for someone who wants to apply? Again, it's just answered. Is there any course credit for previous degrees completed MSc from University of Manchester? Laszlo, you've asked regarding MSc, but MSc is a level 7 qualification. DBA is a level 8. We cannot give any credit exemptions for master's level qualifications. I think I explained earlier to you, somebody had asked that if they have a level 8, if you have, definitely we can give you exemptions if it is from a recognized university. So unfortunately, Laszlo, we cannot give you any exemptions based on your MSc. Okay, do we have a WhatsApp group? Shri, you can answer this one. I mean, is there a WhatsApp group for the DBA students?
As of now, we don't use WhatsApp. We generally avoid using WhatsApp or any other social media. All the messages and conversations happen by email or through Zoom meetings, or at times Google Meets.
Okay, Michael has asked, is there a difference between MPhil and MBA? Of course, yes, there's a difference. The Masters of Philosophy, which you get, will be a Masters of Philosophy in Management, and MBA is the Masters of Business Administration. The Masters of Philosophy is a level 8 qualification. MBA is a level 7. So definitely MPhil is higher than a Masters. It is equal, I mean, the same level as the DBA or the PhD, which is level 8. Now, Harry has asked, what time zone is the program delivered? Harry, this is a self-learning program. There's no time zone as such. You can do it at your own convenience. Whenever you're having time, whenever maybe, over the weekdays or the weekend, or maybe, some evening, if you have some time, you can always do it. It's a self-paced program. But definitely, yes, the modules in year 1 are taught modules. So there's a specific start date and an end date. So you'll be starting the module on that particular date, finishing it on another date. There'll be a time, deadline for assignment submission. You have to do that and then progress on to the next module. So for year 1, it is there, but again, year 2 and 3, that is the research, that is at your own pace. You have to just, there'll be 8 guide meetings for you in year 2 and 3, 4 in year 2 and 4 in year 3. So apart from that, there is no scheduled class or maybe, timing which you need to follow. Again,
I also will answer that by saying that as far as time zone is concerned, when you are in the first year, we do have workshops which happen occasionally. Every workshop is between 2 to 3 hours in length, and these are scheduled as per the convenience of all the learners. We generally use the GMT time and try to stick to 1 to 2 GMT or somewhere around that time. And if the learners in that group belong to a different time zone, we try to change the time zone to accommodate those. As far as the final research is concerned, the meetings are always held between the research supervisor and the learner at a mutually convenient time. And in that case, it's generally ensured that the time zone does not affect your convenience, and we try to schedule it on a time when it is easy for both of you to have that meeting, instead of having it when someone is in the middle of the night or anything like that. Okay, so that is never a problem. And in case you are not able to attend any workshop, especially in the first year, those are always recorded and shared with you. So time zones don't really become a problem at all for any of our learners. I've not seen that in all the batches that I have worked with.
Okay, Jordan, you've asked, please, is the DBA program recognized worldwide, especially in Africa? Jordan, this DBA program is internationally recognized. It is recognized in Spain, and again, this university is accredited by the Ministry of Higher Education in Spain, and this program would be internationally recognized, so maybe including Africa. Now, Jerry, you've asked, what is a titulo proprio? Jerry, a titulo proprio is a university degree. It is issued by the university. It is recognized, of course. The only difference is that in Spain, this is in Spain, for the last 2 years, the ministry has come up with this fact, because these are university degrees. So like issued by the university, having a proper curriculum, everything is there. The only difference between a proprio and like official degree is that you can use the official degree to work in the Spanish ministry, in Spain. So if in case somebody is looking to work in Spanish ministry in the, like in Spain, and, so I would not recommend you to go for this degree. But apart from that, if anybody else is working in any other country or any, maybe, in the private sector in Spain as well, this degree is definitely a proper degree issued by the university. So there is no, problem as such with this degree. So only problem is that you cannot work with the Spanish government. So somebody who's looking to work with the Spain, government, I would not recommend you to go for this. But apart from that, if you do not, if you don't have any programs, plans of working for the Spanish government, there's no problem. Okay, Nelson, you have written that my interest is for PhD. Can you link me with respectful universities? Okay, Nelson, at the moment, there are various universities which are offering the PhD, and we are not offering this currently, but we have this, we would be having it maybe, sometime in the future, because we have tied up with universities, and we are going to offer the PhD program as well, but not, in the near future. So if you're looking to take up something immediately, maybe, I would, most of the universities which are offering the PhD program would be, specifying their, programs on their websites. Okay, now Michael has asked, but the DBA maybe might be feasible for someone who's doing IDBA, as some modules can be waived. Michael, maybe, we can just give you the option to talk, maybe, if Shri, if you can, Vandana, I think you're the host, you can just give them permission to speak and ask the questions. That would be better, because I could not understand this one exactly.
I think what Michael is trying to say is that a DBA might be feasible within 2 years for someone who is doing an IDBA, as some modules can be waived. In fact, it is the contrary, because in IDBA, you also have the IMBA courses modules, which come first. Actually, there are 6 of them, and that takes some time. And after that, you get into the DBA program.
Michael, basically, I'll just explain the IDBA program to you. In the integrated DBA, you have 6 modules in part 1, of the program, and then you move on to the dissertation stage of the MBA. Now, this dissertation will be different in the sense that this will be a level 8 dissertation. Now, level 8 dissertation, if you do, so you'll be, like when you move on to the DBA stage, DBA program, so you'll be, like 2 modules would be waived off for you. So once you've done the research at level 8, you do only 3 modules for DBA year 1, that is from the taught modules, and then you directly move on to the research. So you save time there, right? So you can finish the program earlier, quicker. So it is feasible within 2 years. The IDBA, no, the IDBA minimum time required would be 2.5 years. You cannot complete it in 2 years. Okay. How much is the tuition? I've already, yeah, it's already there. Then if one has done the research during his first year or has done research before joining the DB in their work, can that be used? See, now if you're using the same, if you're taking the same topic, provided you've not published any papers, it is not, submitted for some other program or course which you've undertaken, because that would be plagiarism. We cannot accept it. If you've done your research, which is not, as I said, for some other program or something, definitely, yes, you can choose a similar topic, maybe whatever it is there, somewhere around that, and you can use it. So reduce the time of study. Again, as Dr. Shri had explained to you, you can finish it in 12 months, but, your Viva would be only with the group whenever, the next meet is done. So Jerry get the doctorate from, get the Doctorate of Business Administration from Universidad Catolica De Murcia. Yeah, I know, Jerry. Vasilio, okay, what are the installments for the DBA? Vasilio, the normal installments, year 1 would be $5,000, year 2 4,500, year 3 4,500. Year 1, the first payment is 2,000. Then every 3 months you pay 1,000. Year 2 you pay 2,000, then 1,500, and then after another 3 months, 1,000. Year 3 again, same as year 2, 2,000 at the beginning of year 3. After 3 months, 1,500, and then 1,000 after another 3 months. And that is the total breakup of the $14,000. Nasser, you've asked, can you send more details about the cost of DBA program by email? Definitely we can. If Nasser, you can write to us or just share your email, we can send it to you. Is the subject of my thesis decided by myself, or is it something that my tutor will impose on me? Vasilio, we will not impose anything on you. You will be choosing the subject, but you'll have, to take the guidance of your, research guide. So it will not be because something maybe what you're planning to undertake. So they will guide you on that, because definitely, if you take something on which you cannot complete, which you cannot manage within the given time frame, it will be difficult for you. So we are not imposing anything. You can choose your topic. You can choose the domain, the functional area of management where you want to, whichever area you want to, do your research on. Definitely you can choose it. It should be within the purview of management. That's basically what is required. So we'll not impose anything. You can choose your own topic, but definitely, yes, we would suggest you take the guidance of your tutors or the personal tutors. Now,
okay, just to add, again, the whole concept of research supervision is just that. You can take up your own topic, your own problem to investigate, but at the same time, your supervisor, or in the first year, your academic associate, who is equivalent to your research supervisor, will be fine-tuning your work, your problem, your investigation methodology, everything. We will ensure that whatever is being done is appropriate to the particular problem. We will also make sure that it is focused and it is feasible and practical during the time that we have to do this research. So that is where our impact comes in. We don't impose, but then we definitely influence your journey.
Okay, now Jordan has asked, can you use the DBA certificate to further do PhD? Of course you can. It's a proper certificate. It's a proper degree. So you can study further based on that. You can do the PhD, although they are equivalent. They are both at the level 8. They are both allowing you to use the title of doctor. So, but you can, of course, use it, and it would be assisting you for your PhD admissions. Now here again, we have some questions in the Q&A box. Vasilius, you've asked, is the installment 2,000 plus 3 into 1,000 per year? I think I've just clarified this. This is only for year 1. 2,000 upfront, then after every 3 months you pay 1,000. Year 2, beginning of year 2, you pay 2,000. Then after 3 months you pay 1,500. After another 3 months you pay 1,000. The same payment plan which is there for year 2 would be applicable in year 3. So total you pay $14,000, 5,000 in year 1, 4,500 in year 2, 4,500 in year 3. This does not include the MPhil certification or the CMI certification. CMI you can claim after year 1, which would be the certified manager for an additional cost charges of $300. And the MPhil certification also you are eligible to collect after year 1. If you are continuing the program, the fee would be $1,500 for you. If you are exiting after year 1, the fee is $3,000. Okay, now Thuso, you've asked, I did not get the part for monthly installments for the DBA. Can you touch on that? So we do not have monthly installments. I've just explained we have quarterly installments for the DBA program. I've just explained it. And would you give alumni discounts? Of course we do. Okay, if you're doing the MBA in general management with us, that's very good too. So once you've completed it and you want to start the DBA, definitely, yes, you would be getting the alumni discounts prevailing at that point of time. Currently, it is 20% of the tuition fee. So if you're enrolling now, I mean, you would be getting 20%. Maybe, you know, I mean, we do not know, maybe we might be changing this because we've already launched the new academic session with a 20% discount on the fee. But maybe, you know, like the next academic session, we might change it again. So it may be, I mean, revised. Jax, please can the admissions team contact me on, okay, your email address is there, Jax, we will definitely contact you. Andrew, what do you want us to send? Maybe a certificate of participation. We will definitely send it to you. And all those who want to claim the certificate of participation, I would request you to please send an email to admissions@uniathena.com. Admissions with an S. Okay. And probably if you have any further questions, any further queries, you can just raise your hands. Vanda will give you permission to speak, and then you can just ask your question live. So if anybody has any queries, you can just raise your hand. Okay, Ibrahim, I think Ibrahim has a question.
Hello.
Hi, Ibrahim.
It's Andrew. This is Andrew.
Andrew. Okay, Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Thank you very much for your presentations. We are glad we are talking about this, but my question goes to, it's about the payments. What if someone has a standing order to make payments on a monthly basis? Isn't it allowed instead of having a quarterly basis? Because some of us could have an option, because we learned from your presentations that you will have flexible ways of payments. Is it possible for one to have a standing order?
Okay, Andrew,
that goes to account X or something like that. Thank you.
Yeah, Andrew, we do not like for the DBA, the current, I mean, a fee schedule, what is there, this is there, but definitely, yes, if somebody has any issues, we are flexible on the payments. We can give you monthly payment options, but the payments would have to be completed within the time frame. Like, the last payment for year 3 would be after 6 months of year 3. So you should complete your payment within 30 months. If that is okay, I mean, we have no problem. Year 1, you should pay $5,000, and that is the minimum. Then year 2, 4,500. Year 3, 4,500. We can give you monthly installments if you want. I mean, as an exception, because the regular payment structure is different. However, we can, I mean, if you have any particular issues, we can definitely look into it.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ibrahim, you can, we can take your question now.
Okay, my question is that when we can start the DBA program, and what is the procedure for admission level, which document is required, and also regarding installment, I'm okay, there is no issue. the time frame for the program delivery. Is online program, I know, but what is the time? Is on our convenient, or it will be the first year, it will be compulsory sometime that we have to be available for the program?
Okay, Ibrahim, we have specific intakes for the DBA. So this is not, the moment you pay and you start learning. No, it is different, because in the masters, you have that you can pay and you can start learning. But for the doctorate program, we have specific intakes. So whenever you're planning to start, you can just check with the admissions officers, whatever is the upcoming intake, and you can accordingly plan for that. Now, the documents which we require, again, I'm mentioning for everybody, we need your master's degree certificate and transcript. We need your updated resume or your curriculum vitae. Then we need a photograph, a formal photograph. We need your photo ID, which would be a passport or a national ID. It should have your date of birth and your photograph on that. Then your bachelor's degree plus transcript would be an additional, document which you can provide. We prefer it, but in case somebody is not able to provide, not an issue. In case somebody's completed the master's degree and they have not yet received the certificate, they can submit a letter of undertaking to submit the master's degree certificate within 6 months of joining. That we can give you, but beyond that, it would be difficult, because we need to register you for the research, and for registering you for the research, we need your master's degree certificate. So in case somebody's completed it, not received the certificate, or you're not able to visit the university to collect the certificate in person, because that is what we come across, regular queries, regular questions. So you can take 6 months and, arrange your certificate within the time frame and submit it. But you'll have to submit a letter of undertaking before we admit you. And for the English, as far as English is concerned, if you have a document, if you've taken one of the tests, like the IELTS or, like the TOEFL, something, so maybe, you can submit that. If you do not have that, then definitely, as I said, that during the interview, you will be evaluated, you will be assessed, and the DBA panelists will be taking a call on whether, you can pursue the DBA or you cannot. But mostly, it's an informal interaction. So generally, everybody is getting through, provided you have acceptable level of English. Okay.
Okay. Because for the language, I think I didn't have problem. My first bachelor is I did it in English, and second master degree I did it in French. So there will not be a problem for that.
No, there's no problem. Only you need to submit an English translation if it is not
No
there
problem.
on your degree.
Okay.
If it's not
I
there,
understand.
so we need a legal translation. So
I understand.
Okay. So any other
Thank you.
thing, or maybe if I missed out any part of your question, Ibrahim?
I think Ibrahim was asking about the time.
Oh, yes.
Thank
Yes.
So Ibrahim, when are you planning to start, actually? Approximately, you have anything in your mind, like when you would like to go in for it? So
end of September.
End of September, we do not have an intake. We'll be having one on November 1. So the next one would be starting November 1. You need to complete your admission formalities much before that. Interviews for this particular intake will be conducted in the first week of October.
First week of October.
First week of October. So you need to complete your admission formalities by the end of this month. So if you're wanting to go for it, maybe you'll need to provide us your documents, fill up the application form, and once you're approved, then you need to pay the registration fee, and then your interview will be scheduled for the first week of October.
That's great. Thank you.
Any more questions, Ibrahim?
No, yes, okay. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, that's
Ibrahim,
great.
maybe if you can just share your maybe contact details, maybe your email address or your number. I'll ask one of the executives to get in touch with you. They can provide you all the documents, and they can also send across the application form to you.
I have shown the screen where the admissions email ID is there. And I have also put the requirements in the chat along with the admissions email ID.
Okay. I will share my contact details.
Yeah. Okay. So you've asked intake for 2023. 2023, we would be having one in Jan, because that is always we always have an intake in Jan. So the first one for 2023 would be January. After that, I mean, if we have a mid-term intake, then it'll be in March. Otherwise, it would be in May. So this is for 2023. Then Jax, I would be happy to join the November class. That's great, Jax. You can just, again, if you have not already shared your email address and maybe your WhatsApp number, that would be preferable, maybe, because it's easier for the admission team to reach out to you through WhatsApp. Otherwise, you can always just share your email address. We'll mail.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry now.
Sure. Okay, anybody else, if you have any queries, you're most welcome to just ask us. Or in case you think of something later, maybe some clarifications you need or which you forgot to ask right now, you can always, email us at admissions@uniathena.com.
Okay, thank you.
Andrew, I think you have another question.
Yes, thank you very much. I also want to know whether we are required to pay the admission fees prior to the interviews.
Yes, you need to pay the admission fee, Andrew. And in the unfortunate event, I mean, it's in the unlikely event, because we will not shortlist you. We will not give you the offer letter unless we are sure that you will qualify. If you do not make it through the interview, then we will refund the fee to you. So we will refund.
All right, how much is it?
I mean,
if I may, how much is it?
$2,000 is the amount.
That's the admission fee.
Yes, that is part of the total fee. That is part of the 14,000. So you need not pay anything separately. This is part of the.
No, excuse me. There's some background noise, but I was asking if you say it's part of the fees. Is it part of the tuition fees that we pay, the upfront, the upfront 2,000 fees that we pay?
Yes, it is part of the total 14,000.
The upfront fee.
Yes, the upfront fee is part of the $5,000 paid in year one. So
Okay.
there is no additional charges for registration. It is part of the.
All right.
And in case you do not qualify for the interview, we will refund the entire amount in the same account paid from.
No, noted with thanks. No, noted with thanks. Thank you.
I think there's a question from Mukesh. He has raised his hand.
Yeah, Mukesh.
Yes, hi. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, Mukesh, we can hear you.
Yes. Hi. Good afternoon. I mean, excellent. I was just reading this. My question is, I have two questions actually. One is related to the validity of the certificate. I know you have been talking about that this is, other than the working for the Ministry of Education in Spain, it's very well recognized. So is it that this DBA is, if somebody sends a DBA to the certifying body like WES, World Education Services, will they be able to certify this at the level A?
Yes, Mukesh, Mukesh, the WES is certifying all certificates of UCAM. So it will also be certifying the DBA. At the moment, it is currently, certifying the UCAM certificates. So
I understand that.
Yes.
My understanding is that it is not about the university, but the program which gets recognized. The university may run many programs which are not recognized, and some of the program could be recognized.
No,
is
Mukesh,
is this DBA recognized?
Mukesh, I'll just explain to you. This DBA is a titulio proprio, which is the same as our masters, the EMBA, the executive MBA also, which we are offering. And we have already got the WES attestation done for this executive MBA, which is at level 7, the master's level. We do not have any DBA as we launched the program in 2020. The first batch is passing out this year. So we do not have a copy in hand. But since they are attesting these certificates, which we are ourselves, I mean, our group companies like Westport and Athena, our own students have got it attested. So we know that they are attesting it.
Okay, so you're confirming that will be recognized by them, they attest it.
Yes,
as level 8.
The WES is attesting it.
Okay, very good. So which means that it is recognized by the other part of the world.
It is recognized, Mukesh, it is recognized internationally. So that's what I'm telling you, that the only difference is in a titulio proprio and an official degree. The only difference is you cannot work with the Spanish ministries. So in case somebody is wanting to work elsewhere, maybe any private organizations or in some other countries or something, this is not an issue.
Okay. My second question would be, look, I'm a C-level executive managing businesses, and I received your mail, so I thought that this could be an opportunity because I have done 2 masters. One is the MBA from XLRI, if you know, it's a highly reputed institute in India, and there's another master's too. So they are very rigorous and the top 5% of the India education system. So I just want to know that passing out from there with a high GPA will there be some exemption in this online DBA?
Mukesh, as I have said, whether you've done the masters from any institution, this is a level 7, what you've done. And the program currently is a level 8. Just a second. I think, Shri, we have some noise from one.
I'm not able to mute. I told
Antoine,
Vandana.
yeah, I think Antoine, if you can just mute, probably there's noise from his end.
Antoine, will you be able to please mute yourself?
I think, Vandana, you can just mute everybody except the person you're giving permission to speak. Okay, Mukesh, so what I was telling you is that the level, the masters, what you've done, those are all at level 7. And we cannot, the university will not exempt any level 7 programs for the level 8. So modules, I mean, sorry. So if you're doing level 8 modules, you need to have done any level 8 program. If you have any certificate from, like any institution, recognized institution, which is a level 8, definitely, yes, we can consider it for the exemptions. And in fact, we are also, giving a direct entry into the research stage, that is the advanced entry. We call it the Dba advanced entry, which will be like you'll be directly entering the research after, you submitting your documents. So that is only possible in case you have a level 7 qualification, and you should be having the required number of credits. So if you have it, we can
level
definitely
8. Fatima.
Level 8, yeah, level 8, of course, level 8. So you need to have the certificate, the required number of credits for at level 8 for exemptions. Okay. So unfortunately, Mukesh, we cannot exempt whether you've done it from XLRI or IM. We are unable to do so because of the restraints or, the, prohibitions, which we cannot do it. Okay, I think I've answered your question. Then we have one from
Solomon.
Chileshe. You can just unmute them.
Vandana, please unmute Chileshe.
Hey, this is Solomon from Ethiopia.
Yeah, hi Solomon.
How are you? In Ethiopia, good afternoon. I said. One question. When you start the classes, how to use the question, the exam, how to pay the payment, and how to get the documents.
Okay.
And how to accept our certificates.
Okay.
Thank you.
Solomon, once if regarding the certificates you're asking, we can send the certificate to you by courier. Also, you have the option to go to UCAM, the university in Spain, for your graduation. Payment, you can pay by card. We accept the MasterCard or Visa card, or you can also pay by bank transfer. Documents, you can send it to us by email. The assessment will be done, or the evaluations are all online. We'll be submitting all the assignments online. They will be evaluated and returned back to you. Again, regarding the defense, the research defense will be done online again. So everything is completed online. You need not travel for any of this. But of course, yes, for your graduation, you can go. Also, we were maybe next year onwards, we will start it again because we were planning workshops in the university. So it will be like a 3-day workshop, which you will have. It's an optional workshop, of course, but like once a year it is done. So basically that is for networking. Teaching will not be done. So you can go and visit the university. You can just have a tour. You can just go around the city, and that is optional. So but in case you do not want to travel, you do not want to go for the workshop, you do not want to go for the graduation, you can complete the entire program online. You can defend your research online, you can submit your assignments online, and you can get your degree sent to you by courier wherever you are there. So you need to provide your address. We will send it to you by courier. Am I clear, Solomon?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Any part which I missed out, or any other question?
No problem. I agree.
Okay, great. Now we can have Chileshe.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, Chileshe.
Yes, this is Chileshe from Zambia. My interest is on DBA. The DBA you are offering, is that research based, or it is it's an education wise where you do everything without a research, or how is it? And the other thing is on the accreditation. I missed, I think, the introduction about the accreditation, if I can have some more information about that one.
Okay.
Because in Zambia, we have the Qualification Authority, which after you have done your education, maybe for instance, like you people, then my qualification has to pass through that system whereby they accredit whether we have gotten your qualification is an accredited institution or something that qualify through that.
Okay, Chileshe, I'll answer this accreditation part. Maybe Dr. Sri can answer the part one because that is academic. Okay, now regarding accreditation, the university is one of the premier members of the European Bologna process. It is recognized, internationally, and the degrees issued by it are recognized internationally as well. WES, as I said, I just clarified a few minutes back. Mukesh had asked me a question regarding the WES. WES accreditations are also being done. If you go to ENIC, if you go to the ENIC website, you will find it listed there. It is recognized by the Ministry of Education in Spain. So you need to check in your respective country. The recognition should be there. Zambia, you'll have to just check with the authorities, maybe this university, if they are accepting it and their degrees. So like 99%, I'm sure it should be accepted because it is accepted globally. But just I would recommend you to check with your own higher education authorities regarding the acceptance of the degrees issued by UCAM.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Sri, if you can just take his, question, the earlier part, that was better.
Yes, so the DBA that we are offering basically consists of two stages. The first stage is your coursework, which is your first year, consisting of 5 modules. Each of these modules have to be completed, and also you have an exam, but the assessment is in the form of an assignment. So for each of these modules, you will be completing an assignment, which is mandatory, and you will be awarded marks and grade for it. And that is how you move on to the next one. So after you complete the first 5 modules, you move into your final research. And in your final research, you will not have, this is not at all like the first year, because here you are completely doing the research. Actually, it is a practical research, which is being done under the guidance and supervision of a research supervisor. And at the end of it, you will have to write a thesis, and you will be required to present it before a panel of examiners and defend your thesis. At the end of which you will be offered the Dba degree. So the second year is completely research based. The first year, when you do the coursework, in the third module, you will be doing a pilot study for your final research. And in the fourth module, you will be preparing a proposal for your final research. And all the first 5 modules are completely done online, as is the second one. But the difference is that in the first 5 modules, there will be materials such as videos and reading materials, which are provided for you online through our learning portal. Whereas in the second year, it is a practice-based research that you will be undertaking under the guidance of your research supervisor.
Okay. Is there any exemptions in terms of the research? Because at my master's level, I did my research, which has been published already, and it is in the public domain. You can check it. Okay. But looking at this, the situation, the things that we go through the research, the cost of doing the research, is there any possibility of exempting in that area?
The only time we can give any exemptions is if you have completed a level 8 program. Because the DBA, as per the European credit framework, is a level 8 program, which is the highest level. And any master's program is generally a level 7, irrespective of where you have done it from and how much of research you have done it. But if you have done anything at level 8, you can seek exemptions.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
No, I think I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think Mukesh still has the hand raised.
Mukesh has his hands raised. Mukesh, do you have any more questions?
I think, sorry, the hand, I think I pressed it twice. I'm done with the...
That's okay. That's okay, Chilesha. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Antoine, any doubts? Any questions? No. All right.
Good, thank you. Have no more questions. No further questions.
Okay. Any more questions on the chat or Q&A?
Yeah, I think there's one new question. Join is asked, are the planning course is already done?
Planning course.
Planning course, I think he's wanting to ask, maybe is the planning of the course already done or not? And join
planning of the course, the DBA is an ongoing program. We have done 12 batches already. 12 cohorts have are there already in the program, and every intake we will have a new cohort. Next one being in November.
Okay, now next, Sani has asked question, is there any certificate? Sani, if you are asking for a certificate of participation, I've just said you can just write to admissions that UniAthena will be sending it to you. And if you're asking regarding the program, definitely yes, after you pass the program, you'll be getting your doctorate certificate and the DBA, and the optional certificate of MPhil and CMI can be claimed after year 1. Sri, I think we are done with the questions now. Probably.
Yes, I think chat. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, I can see. Thank you. You're welcome. Vasilis, you're welcome. Please keep in touch with us, and we will get back to you with all your required information if at all you need more. That's great. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Have a great one too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for being with us today. It was a wonderful experience talking to all of you. As you can see on the screen, please write to admissions with an S, admissions at uniathena.com for further queries. Please keep in touch. You can share your email and your phone number. If you have a WhatsApp, add that phone number, and we will reach out to you and talk to you about the admission process and any queries that you have. Wish you a great weekend. Take care.
Thank you for you too.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a nice weekend.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice weekend. Have a nice day.
Thank you, everyone. I think we've got another question there.
Is there another question?
Oh, Andrew has given us a question.
Vandana, we can end up this webinar now.
All right. Thank you, everyone.